Hey everyone, today I have Nica FOO with me on Women of Impact, and she is a super lady to say because she's a single mom for a 9-year-old boy, and at the same time, she has 15 years of experience working with human talent. She's been helping businesses, companies to optimize and amplify their human resource to say at the best. So yes, if you're looking for someone who can help you with this, she is the right person. So today I reached out to her to ask what's work-life balance to her, because she's the best person to answer this question. I'm sure it wouldn't have been easy for her to manage her child, work, and herself at the same time. So let's know what Nica FOO thinks, what work-life balance is for her. Hi, Nica FOO.
Hi, Kush. Thanks for having me. Right. Okay, that is a good question because when we talk about work-life balance, in the past we think about working 9 to 5, right? And
Yes.
after that we can just knock off and go home and spend time with our kids. But it's not happening anymore. So I would say that it's more about work-life integration. So how do we integrate? But at the same time, we shouldn't get ourselves, in a way too entangled with all the work. We must be able to segregate and compartmentalize so that we're able to handle our life and our work all at the same time. So rather than we are just focusing on, 9 to 5, what actually I do is basically, I try to compartmentalize my timing, and I try to make sure that, if I am having certain appointments, certain timing with clients, but I try to make sure that I have squeeze a little bit of that timing for my child as well. So if 8 o'clock, 8 a.m. bedtime story is very important to him, I'll make sure that, I'll try to reach home by 8. If not, I will owe him at least one bedtime story, and I'll make sure that, I repay back the next day.
Oh, that's a good deal. Because I love the way you look at its work-life integration, integrating them together to have a cordial lifestyle, and all of the members associated with it are not impacted in a bad manner, but instead in a good way. So that's a great approach. What do you think as a woman specifically? um, why do women need an educate or really a proper work-life balance specifically? Why do you feel so?
Right. Because I think, being women, we have this nurturing character in us. So, and we tend to actually put more and more on our plate. And sometimes we kind of felt that, we're breathless. We can't actually, take a break because we're actually taking more than what we should be doing. So
Yeah.
I think it's important that, we need to understand that, we have to manage our time well. So we must know what to let go and what to take on. And of
Oh,
course, yeah,
yep,
the
yep,
other
yep.
thing is,
Yeah, yeah. Please go ahead. Please go ahead.
yeah, of course, the other thing is that, uh, because of taking on too much, sometimes we try to sacrifice sleep, so that we can actually have more time to complete the task that we have on hand. Which
Yeah.
I strongly advise against that. Don't scheme on your sleep. Try to have your beauty sleep. It's very important for our skin, it's
And I
very
think,
important for our own personal grooming as well. Yeah.
yeah, and also for mental peace. I think the point where you said to let go, it's very important. I think female, women, mother have a habit to take everything on the plate. If they're offered, okay, there's another work, oh yeah, I'll do it. There's always a yes. You'll never listen a no from them. So I
Yeah.
think that's a very good advice, that sometimes letting go of certain things is important, and not to forget about yourself during that course of taking care of all the other people and all the other things around you. Beauty sleep, yes, of course. Having a peaceful mind the next morning is so important. And I think since a mother or a woman, many a times they are running the family, so having a happy face is so important, so that the positivity is around the work or the family ambience.
Mm.
And I think sleep is one important role that sleep plays, where you actually give a peace of mind, a break, and then you come back again the next morning with a beautiful smile on the face and stuff.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yes. So, Nica FOO, I'm wondering that during this chase of work-life balance, or people trying to do this or trying very hard to do this, whereas it's a very simple thing, it can be a very smooth way of managing both at the same time, as you said, integrating it. What could be the common mistakes which you think people usually make while trying too hard to strike this balance?
I think one of the mistakes is that they because they put on too many things, right? So sometimes there are certain activities is really not being productive to their life, and by taking on too much of that is stepping off your energy, and once that happens, you're going into a vicious cycle. So, and the vicious cycle will start where, like this is how a day will look like. The moms get up because, she has too many things to do. She has to actually put the food on the table. Then she has to bring the kids to the school. Then after that, she has to make sure she pack the lunch and everything. And after that, she has to worry about, okay, not being late, what my boss is going to talk about. Then after that, she go to the work. And then after that, she come back from work, she go through everything. But because of too many activities going on at the same time. So you need to understand what are the activities that you can outsource. So so plan your activities well. So for example, because I know that I'm very busy, so what I do is I outsource the spelling activities to Google Home. So if my son were to come to me and say, Mom, how do you spell this? Which I find that this activity is not going to add value to my son and my relationship with him. So I will outsource to Google Home, and I will say that check with Google Home. But I will make sure that if it's going to be a bedtime story, if it's going to be activities that's going to add value to that relationship, I will hold on dearly to that. So choose the activities that you want to spend time with dearly, so that you don't actually spend time on, spend the wrong time on the activities that's going to just take your energy away and doesn't give you the happiness in return. Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. I think that's so important. Delegation, something
Yes.
which is very important and very urgent, you might do it yourself. But something which is not important and at the same time not urgent, you can always delegate it to the right person possible. As in case you
Yeah.
gave a very good example, Google Home.
Yeah, and of course, the number two is basically I noticed that a lot of women, they actually fail to exercise. So then and year after year, so sometimes women we always say, oh, I want to slim down, but actually we always have 1001 excuse that we just cannot slim down. So the
Yeah.
most important thing is, to the women out there, there are very small, easy steps that you can do. So for example, what I do is I change my lifestyle. So instead of taking the escalator up the stairs, up to a next level, now I choose to walk. And because I walk up the stairs, it's just a very simple change in the routine, but I get to do my exercise. So this is
Lovely.
something that you can do. Yeah.
Yes, yes, absolutely. In our daily activities, we can find a lot of ways where we can give our body that kind of a movement which we get from exercises, like choosing to walk rather than taking any alternative way for at least a short distance walk if that's possible. So all these
Mm.
things, yes, definitely enhances your stamina. And as I always say, for me, exercise works like a stress buster. So it's my own time, and if you're being able to give just 15 days to some running, jogging, or any sort of
Mm.
activity, I believe it actually acts like because it releases dopamine. So in some way, scientifically, it definitely makes you a
Yeah.
happier person. So I think that 2 points that you highlighted, delegation and exercise, is
Yeah.
just so important, and people do miss out on both the things. They want to take everything on their plate for credits, or for they don't believe others can do efficiently enough as they can do it. So I think
Yeah.
it's eventually the growth that they need to have within themselves and belief in the people around or technology around to say to replace them, and at the same
Exactly.
time exercise. I think, Nica FOO, that was great insights on love, work-life balance. And I don't know why I'm again and again saying love-life balance, but so sorry. Yeah, I think
Okay.
it's all of it together. At the end of the day, we love our family, friends, and
Mm.
everyone around us. So thank you so much for joining in.
Mhm.
It was
There is
great to
one,
have you.
yeah, there was one last point that, I thought that
Please,
I want
please,
to
please, just go ahead.
strongly stress on because it's always about the me time. A
Yes.
lot of us we felt guilty to even have a me time because we felt that the moment we have that time, that extra time, we should be spending it with the kids, or we should be spending with maybe the family, the spouse, or whatever. But you do need your me time because you can actually take that me time to go for the movie that you have always wanted to watch. It's just that your kids and your spouse doesn't want to watch, or you could have that me time just to go even to a karaoke and sing. So it's your time, it's that me time. You're pampering yourself because the moment you pamper yourself, you feel great, and you can actually get on and move on to another day, with a different mindset, with a different perspective as well. So I do encourage that a little bit of the me time for yourself is very important. Yeah.
Yes, I think that's true. That's absolutely true. It's somewhere lost in all the chase of daily uh, work and stuff and kids and family, and so me time. That's true. That's so true, Nica FOO. I think it was great to have you and share some insights, because coming from a perspective of uh, from an experience where you have dealt with people for the 15 years, it really makes a lot of sense. And I'm sure this is what you have learned and known, that this is so important in the life. So thank you so much for joining
Thank you.
in. Yes,
Thank you,
love
Kush.
to
Yeah.
have you. Thanks.
Thank you.